no one is bigger than the excuses he can make to his wife. So do what you have to do to get here, and remember, be big. Legends, superstars, coins agers. It is another little review here of Laurel and Hardy. This one is Be Big from 1931, and honestly, this is perhaps one of my favourite Laurel and Hardy films. The concept of it is extremely simple, and the storyline in it is extremely simple as well. But getting from the beginning of the film to the end of the film is absolute genius. Basically, Stan and Ollie, they're married in this movie. All the little films on this DVD is married life. And Anita Garvin is in these films as well. She's actually, you can see it on the cover, Married Life with Anita Garvin. And in this movie, this is only a short one, this is half an hour long, and Stan and Ollie are married. They've made plans to take their wives on a romantic trip to Atlantic City for the weekend. But while they're getting ready to leave, Oliver gets a phone call from his local lodge that him and Stanley are members of, and they have planned a surprise stag party for Stan and Ollie. And they're like, come down to the party, the whole group's here. And Oliver on the phone is saying to the guy at the club, we've made plans for this weekend, we're taking the wives to Atlantic City, we can't change these plans. And the guy starts telling Oliver over the phone everything that they have planned for him. Now, for the viewer, we don't hear what the plans are, but the music kind of rises, and you see the guy talking down the phone to Oliver, and Oliver's on the other side reacting, and he's getting all excited. And the guy is like, no one is bigger than the excuses he can make to his wife. So do what you have to do to get here, and remember, be big. That is where the title of this movie comes from, Be Big. So Oliver gets off the phone and immediately starts pretending that he's unwell, his nerves aren't good, and Stanley and the wife turn up. And Stanley almost blows Oliver's plot here, because while Oliver's wife wasn't looking, he actually got some of her makeup and put some on his face to make himself look paler. And the wife, she's fallen for it, and Stanley and the wife turn up, of course, and Stanley takes one look at him and he rubs his finger down Oliver's cheek, and Ollie's like, slapping his hand away. So he comes up with the idea, to the wives, you go to Atlantic City. It's my nerves, I just need a bit of time to chill out. Stanley can stay here with me. I'll feel better in the morning, we'll come down in the first train. So they send the wives off, and Stan and Ollie start getting ready to go to this stag party that has been planned at the lodge for them. So basically, the bulk of this short film is Stan and Ollie trying to get changed into their lodge uniforms and leave the house. And the biggest chunk of this film is where they accidentally mix up their boots, and Oliver ends up having Stanley's boots on, and Stanley's wearing Oliver's boots. The classic, mix-up joke. And when Oliver realises that Stanley's wearing his boots, and Oliver has got bigger feet than Stanley, he's actually trapped wearing Stanley's boots. He can't get them off, and Oliver and Stanley trying to get these boots off Oliver's feet is absolutely hilarious. For such a simple little joke, the length that they extended it to in this short film is brilliant. They basically, they don't destroy the entire flat trying to get these boots off, but it's pretty damn close. We cut from them to the wives turning up at the train station. They get out of the taxi, and the guy that meets them there tells them that they've just missed the last train to Atlantic City. There won't be another one till the following morning. So the girls are a bit disheartened about this, but then they think, you know what, we'll just all have to go down in the morning. Won't the boys be excited? So you know where this is going to lead. They jump back in the taxi to go home again. Back at the Oliver's flat, him and Stanley are still wrestling, trying to get these boots off Oliver's feet. The slapstick comedy routines, just trying to get these boots off his feet, are absolutely fantastic and so well done. I'm not even going to go on to some of the jokes here. This is one of these movies that you're going to have, if you haven't seen it before, you really need to sit down and watch. This is a perfect introduction film to Laurel and Hardy. And there's a chunk near the end where there's a bed in Oliver's flat. It's one of these beds that, you know, folds up into the wall. And while Stanley's pulling the boot off, he falls in the bed. The bed closes up. He's screaming, Oliver. There's a cord next to the bed that, you know, opens it up down again. He opens up the bed from the wall. It comes down and traps him below it. And that's just setting up for where this film's going to finish off at. When the wives eventually turn up to the house, both Stan and Ollie jump onto the bed, close it up to hide on the wives. They ring the doorbell. Stanley answers. Of course, he's in his lodge uniform. The girls freak out. They realise what's happening here, and not happy. So Stan and Ollie, at the end of the movie, they're hiding in the bed that's closed up into the wall, and the girls are in the room shouting, and Stanley, you know, the bed opens up from the wall slightly, and Stanley's head comes up over the top, and he's like, "Shh, Oliver's sleeping," and ducks back in again. And Oliver's wife is like, you know, "I'll sort you guys out," and there just happens to be two shotguns sitting in the corner randomly, and both Oliver's wife and Stanley's wife lifts the shotguns, takes a shot at the bed, and we cut the outside the apartment building where they live, and the whole bed erupts from the side of the building and falls into the street. This is where the movie finishes off. That pretty much spoils where the film's going to go. I do know that, but again, I did not go into any detail and some of the slapstick moments within this film. It is some of their best comedy routines. I love this movie. It's so well done, and for such a simple little storyline, with them just trying to get out for the night, get their clothes changed to leave the house. They get a half-hour short film out of this here, and it does not dip at any point during this movie. It does not feel like a half-hour movie. It is so good. Again, if you've never checked out Laurel and Hardy, this is definitely a decent little entry for you to check them out. So go have a watch and be big.